Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Disc and bag and me. What is up, everybody? This is my bag. As some of you mostly may not know, my name is Michael Quillbag, number 92570. 92570, as they say somewhere else. So let's get this thing started with a bang. First thing you always gotta have on the course, sparkling water. That's right, thought this was a cold brew. It is. It's called God's cold brew, and that's water. It sparkles. Anyway, so I'm gonna start off with the things that usually aren't as important, but are so important, because if you don't have them during your tournament round, you're gonna be looking at yourself like, why didn't I bring that? Why didn't I bring this? What was I thinking? Chances are you weren't thinking. So that's why I'm about to tell you what's in my bag. That's practically useless. Alright, so I have two little chalk bags. One is this nice whale sack. I actually got this from Paige Pierce at the Delaware disc sporting thing. It's fun. It's great. I love it. I got this one because this was actually before, Mr. Whale Tail over there. But I broke my other bag. This was literally like warming up for a tournament. I'm sitting there, players meeting, he's talking, things are getting intense. It's like my little tool, my anxiety tool. I just kind of squeeze it like, yes, yes. And then all of a sudden, bam, out of nowhere, pellets all over the ground. I tore a hole in my bag. So, I needed a new one. This is what I got. I actually have two more coming from, wide, dry chalk bags. Super stoked to see those bad boys, because they've got, Marvel characters, which is, you'll see my bag. I like my Marvel stuff. I like it. I like it a lot. You can call me Thor. Nobody does, except for myself, in a mirror on a Tuesday afternoon when I just got home from work. And I'm like, okay, Thor, you about to go, do your Thor things. So, anyway, moving on. You gotta have your sun optics. Block those UV rays. You don't need nothing blinding you while you're trying to putt, while you're trying to drive, while you're staring down that fairway in the face of danger thinking, I'm gonna lace that gap like nobody's business. You need your optics. You need to be able to see through the blinding light. Focus. Boom. That's next. Alright. Oh, well. Now, something completely useless. Wait till you see this bad boy. Toenail clippers. Have you ever been in a round and you're like, I need to trim my nails? Tell you what, I actually have been. Sorry, not sorry. Whatever. Usually I bite them off. Whatever. But these are also great for, you take a chip out of a disc and it's hanging off there like, some bad hangnail that, you got when you were doing something that you probably shouldn't have been doing. Sorry, those sparkles, they come out in little sparkles of burpness. But, contrary to popular belief, taking a lighter and molding your disc bag together is not acceptable. Sorry, not sorry. Didn't to break your heart, but you need a little pair of these bad boys. Multi-purpose tool. Useless, you'll thank yourself one day. Boom, moving on. Pencil sharpener. I mean, come on. How great is this thing? Oh, sorry guys, I can't take score. Now I can. Boom, you're welcome. Didn't even think about that. Look at that. Fits in the palm of my hand. You can't even see it right now. You don't even know I got it. Behind my ear. What up? Okay, so, boom. Completely useless. You'll thank yourself one day. Moving on. I never really did this up until literally like 3 days ago. So I thought, why not? Hacky sack. Boom. I was at a tournament, had a little backup. I was, you know, pissed and I wanted to kick something, so I was like, ugh. Felt good. Boom. It'll keep yourself from being bored. Anyway, now moving on. So, this is my cart. Depends on the course. Most of the time I take this bad boy out. Some of the times I like to take this bad boy out. This is my bag. This is my cart bag. This is my bag. Boom. 2 for 1. Just kidding. 2 for 2. Whatever. But in this thing, I carry entirely way too many minis. I got this mini. Team Trilogy. What up? I got this mini. I got this mini. I got this mini. Like, I still got more minis at home. When am I ever going to need to mark 4 lies? I don't know. But if I do, I want to do it in style. So, I'm carrying this bag. I got Thor. Look at that guy. He is cute, but ferocious. He is adorable. Like, don't mess with me, man, because I am going to call down the thunder on your little bunions. Boom. So I got this bad boy. Anyway, you know, towel, you know, more towels. Don't forget your towels. I got more towels than Bed Bath & Beyond. Do they even carry towels? I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about discs. That's why you're here. That's why I'm here, ultimately. I'm here because I'm bored, and somebody was like, hey, you should make another video. And I was like, you're right, I should, so I'm going to. What up? Anyway, so, I've got, you know, a lot of discs in this arsenal. So, I'm going to start off with some that don't really make my bag. But what is this ultimate? Get that stuff out of here. We're playing disc golf. So, boom, number 1, the harp. Great disc. Put in my bag sometimes. Sometimes I don't, you know? There's a lot of these, but I love my suspects. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? Does the suspect hold up? And you know what? Sometimes it does. So the harp doesn't always make it in my bag, but I always like to put it in there to make it feel good about itself, because personally, I'm not a harp guy. So, round number 2, disc number 2, my apologies. This bad boy is the Raider. What up? So, people have been crapping their pants, almost literally, mostly figuratively, some literal. This thing mashes. It's got some nice turn to it, but it's got some nice overstability to it. Right now, I love this disc. It's still trying hard to kick out what I will lead off as the first disc that is actually in my bag. Boom, number 1, getting off with the go. This bad boy, Defender. This thing defends stuff like fortresses, castles, birdies. Oh, see what I did there? Back in. So right now, if I keep the Raider in my bag, it's gonna kick this bad boy out of it. Hard, really hard. Still love my Defender. This guy's got a good bit of turn. This guy just kind of goes straight unless I roll my wrist, which does happen. But it goes straight to a hyzer. Both of them hyzer off very nicely. Beautiful. So beautiful. I want to paint a picture of it. So, it's number 1, the Defender. Love myself, the Defender. So, after that bad boy, and that is Bad Boy, despite the fact that it's got girl's name on it. Maybe it's just called Bad Girl. Whatever. I have my trespasses. I still have not taken, well, so for probably since the last time I made this video, in the bag video, I took anything that was over a speed 9 out of my bag. So the Defender and these 2 trespasses, they're just getting back in the last like 2 months. But anyway, I was humbling myself. So I put these guys up to the field test against my Explorers, which were, for a while in my practice, they were my go-tos. They would handle all the distance I needed to. If I needed some overstability, boom, fell in. Literally all I had for distance drivers. And it was great, because now when I go out, these actually go farther than my Explorers. That was not the case before. So, I got this bad boy. It is a Biofusion, signed by Paige Pierce and Paige Bierkis, who at the time, you had a 4-time champ and somebody who was not a world champ. Boom. Now I've got 2 champs on this disc, so I love this thing. I haven't lost it yet, which is even more why I love it. But the Biofusion plastic I use for great long turnover shots. And honestly, if I'm flicking, I don't know why people like overstable for flicks, because mine all die off too fast. Maybe I'm not putting it at enough ante, whatever, but I need something that's generally neutral in stability. So this bad boy flips up nice on a flick. I can hyzer flip it on the backhand, but I usually use it for turnovers. Great long range driver. And then this is a fusion, so it's a little more stable. I use it for more of my straight shots and for just kind of, point and shoot. If it's in a headwind, this bad boy is not going to be going up against the headwind. Same with that thing. That's where my defender comes in. I already like it because it's like, look at that nice little color triage. Reminds me of something. Anyway, so those are my distance drivers. This next one, it is a distance driver, but the Vandal. I think this is a speed 10. If it's not, that's what I categorize it in my bag. I have them ordered, so order your bag. Order it like it's Amazon and it's next day shipping, so you know where stuff is. Boom, know where all my discs are. I can turn around and pick a disc out of my back and be like, this is the one I want to show you. Done it before. That's why order is friendly. Anyway, Vandal. This is really what I use as my turnover disc. This bad boy just likes to turn, and he likes to turn, and he likes to turn. So if I know something that I need to go hard right and I'm not flicking, which I don't flick drives often anymore. I've practiced my backhand enough that I now more rely on that for a right turning shot. Depends on the shot. If it's an up shot, you know what, I'll flick it. But if it is something I need to get some distance on, using a backhand. And I don't really have a good backhand roller shot. I've been humbling myself. So this has been the disc that I've been practicing with. With the Thief going out of production, spoiler alert, I took the Thief out of my bag. Still have it, still a fun disc, but I need things that I'm not going to have to pay both of my legs for to get a replacement. So I generally, if things go out, I don't go with them. Sorry. There's a few exceptions to that. But the Vandal has become that turnover shot, practicing that backhand roller, so love that bad boy. Trilogy Challenge was fun this year. Surprisingly, the Vandal was not my favorite, but now it's the only one that is my favorite, so yeah. I'll tell you something. That ought to tell you a little thing about a thing or two. So, boom. Next, I got Phillyianese. Ooh, what up, Oakley, Eric, Oakley, Eric, since I guess there's technically 2 of you now. So I have 2. This pink one is Lucid, and it's a lot heavier, and I use it for more stable shots. This Iron Man disc has been in my bag for a while now. I love the crap out of it. It's great for my forehand rollers, which is like, or my thumbers, which is like, psing. But, if I need something to flip up but still hyzer off, that's kind of where this bad boy comes in. I've just used it a lot. And it's so much so that I've even had to re-ink it because I started to wipe some of that ink off. But this pink bad boy right here, this guy is got a little bit more beef to it. He's been cooking on the stove a little less, so he's a little rarer in size. He's got that, that flavor to it. All aboard. Welcome to Flavor Town. So, Um, next, these two are my favorite. The first one, this is my pink Explorer Opto, which I just call Lucid because get out of here. So, sorry for that little interruption, but I got this bad boy and just, was mashing on it. This is really what I used for a long time as my distance driver, because as I mentioned, took the trespass out of my bag, I took the Defender out of my bag. I literally used nothing over a 9-speed. So for distance, it was Felon Explorer. So this is like my tried and true. Love this guy. This guy will pop up a little or kind of give a little flex to it. So it's well beaten, well trusted. Love this guy. This I keep up top, up here in the special compartment, because this is the new Explorer. I picked this up from Kristen Tatar, and it's great. It flies like an Explorer should. It's still got that straightness to it. It doesn't have a lot of that turn or pop. So I just kind of mash on this guy, and oh no. Sorry about that, guys. As I was saying, this is something that I can put a little muscle on, and it's not going to turn over on me. I love it. So, this is my current other go-to Explorer. So, moving right along, right down the line. Literally, that's what I'm doing, right down the line. I back a Maverick. Alright? Mavericks take out bogeys, I think. I don't know, I watched Top Gun once. Go Tom Hanks, shoot those guys down. But anyway, this I really use kind of as a shorter Vandal. It gets some nice turnover on it. I've not tried it for a backhand roller. It's like, again, don't really throw many backhand rollers anymore. Because whenever I did, they would suck, and I never really practiced them much. So I was just like, you know what, taking that shot out of the bag. So anyway, this I just use as a nice pop up to flat, but turnover, I do have to say though, that Vandal, I tried some crazy trick shots where you throw it like up high in the air. It's kind of like a thumber, but inverted. Whatever, just kind of goes up. I think they call it a grenade, or like a sky mohawk. I don't know, Simon's a crazy guy. Guy's crazy. But anyway, Maverick. Feels just like an Explorer. Yeah, the Explorer's kicked out my convict from last time. Forgot to mention it, whatever. But they feel so good in the hand. They're great. I love them. They're like Tom and Jerry. They just need each other, but they never, can beat each other, and they're just like, I can't have you without having you. It's great, Tom and Jerry is the man and the mouse with the plan. So, anyway, I digest. Next up, my overstable mid is a Bard. Right, I said it. I took the Verdict out of my bag from last time I made this, and I went with the Bard. Too often I would have the Verdict kind of pop up on me when I didn't want it to at all, not once, so I needed something a little more stable. They both literally have the same flight characteristic, or numbers, which is why that whole flight number stuff is a bunch of Oscar Mayer baloney. But whatever, this guy does not turn like my Verdict did, and it's overstable. It holds that hyzer line, and when I need to make a hook left, boom, it's there. It's got me. He's like, oh yeah, I got you, and I'm like, yeah, you do. So it's my Bard. That's my Bard. So moving on. I have an EMAC Truth. Now this bad boy, I love this disc most personally because it's got Thor on it and a shaving cream over it. So, I mean, I had fun doing it, designing it, whatever. It was groovy, it was cool. And it's Thor. Uh-huh. I went there. I did. Again. And again. You know, look at this thing. You can't stop looking at it. I can't stop looking at it. Anyway, I use this as just a very neutral mid-range. If I try to want to manipulate a shot, this is really what I'm going for. Fantabulous disc. I'm sure you know all about the EMAC Truth. So, haven't tried it. Your fault. Try one. It saves lives. Anyway, so now the little brother, Captain America. This is the shield, my guys. This is an OG Truth. I wanted this as my understable mid, mostly because it feels so much like my EMAC Truth that I'm like, it's like the same disc and it feels the same in my hand, which is very true. So I use this as like my turnover shots or very straight shots. So truth, the whole truth, and nothing but my truths. They're great discs. You should try one out. Not whatever. So now this bad boy, I put this in the dividing line between my mids and my putters. I don't want to put it at the front of my mid ranges, and I don't want to put it too much in my putters. It literally divides the two. It is the justice. It feels like a mid. It says speed 5, but it also feels a lot shallower. It looks a little smaller, kind of like a putter would, so I just kind of think of it as a tweener disc, especially because it is so meaty. Like, when I'm throwing a big spike hyzer or something that I just really need to trust 3,000%, that's this guy. Double stamp, sparkly, pink. I mean, this guy is like, I don't know, the James Bond of discs. It's like the Iron Man of Starks. It's like the Thor of Asgard. It's it's a justice. So, it's my justice. Love it. So, after that, I've got two suspects. This is, without a doubt, my favorite, like, upshot disc, short putter. I like to use it off the tee. Like, that's why I keep this one right here. I consistently reach for it. It's got Thor on it, which should tell you about 90% of also why it is so trustworthy, because it's worthy to hold the power of Mjolnir and Thor. But I carry a Lucid and a Fusion, and this guy's been in my bag for a long time. And if I need something to turn over a little bit, this is what I'm going with. If I need a shot that's not going to turn over, I'm going with the Lucid. They complement each other very well. I love them. This is one disc that broke my rule, and when they said it was going out of production, I was like, ha, joke's on you, nerds. I'm buying a lot of them. Just kidding, joke's on me, because I bought a lot of them. But I love it. I trust in it. I was not going to let that thing out of my bag. So now, we're getting into putters. Alright, you ready for this? I've got two Marshalls. Literally just picked this up. It is a classic blend Marshall. When I was at the Delaware Disc Golf Sporting Event of Greatness, Paige Pierce was selling stuff, so I was talking to her, and I've been throwing this guy. and I was hoping it would break into what I wanted it to. Still a great putter, but she was just like, I mean, you should try the classic blend. And I was kind of like, I mean, yeah, I need to try the classic blend now. So I did. As of right now, they're both very overstable mids, but word on the street, and it's a very selective street. It comes from Paige's Street, but she said that the classic blends break in to be very straight. So I was like, cool, I need that. So this is for overstable putter shots. You can still mash on them pretty hard. They ain't turning over on you. It's groovy. It's great. I love it. So in development. And then last up in my actual throwing arsenal of Frisbee discs, I've got 2 Wardens. I love the soft blend Warden mostly because I've aced with it. It's the only thing I've ever aced with, and I almost then lost that disc like 4 times, so I put it on my bookshelf and was like, sorry, I'm not losing you. So this is currently my other go-to up disc. If I need it to sit, if I need it to not bounce off a tree and fly 1,000,000 feet and I'm throwing out of the crap, that's what this bad boy, I love it. And then last but not least, I've got this Warden that glows in the dark. And it's got a little monkey on it. Like, it's a monkey, you know? It's great. So I like to use this guy just for more straight shots. Pretty much what I'm hoping this guy beats into. But it's not as much of a hyzer as the Prime Marshall, which is kind of what the fight was before. But, you know, it is a very trustworthy putter. It's great off the tee. So, that's the last of my throwing discs. And, true, I've got 2 identical, but they're not, because they're different swirls. Oh my gosh! 2 deputies. They're both Hand-Eye Physics of Flight Supply Company .org .com.net. I don't know. But yeah, these guys are great. I love the Deputy because it's just such a true flight from a putting stance. I used to throw Wardens, and if it was really outside of like circle 1, a lot of times, and this was 2 years ago when the Deputies first came out in that Trilogy Challenge, my Wardens and I was also throwing Aviators then, they would just hyzer off like right before the basket. So with the understability and with the putting form, you're not really getting it to turn over because you're not putting that much gusto on it, you know? Just put a little ketchup on that hot dog. You don't need to like cover the whole thing. What are you trying to, it's not syrup. You're not eating pancakes. You just need a little zest to it, you know? Put a little mustard on there, a little ketchup, a little mayonnaise. If you don't eat mayonnaise on your hot dogs, you should try it. Great. Love mayonnaise. But anyway, these guys just like fly straight at it. And if I miss, which I do a lot still, because I know that I suck and that I don't do things that I should do, which is putt better. Don't do it. Should do it. Don't. Whatever. I live my life. You don't tell me what to do. I mean, other than that, you know, if I've got random odds and ends, like what up hand sanitizer, you know, I've got Sharpies. Who doesn't need a Sharpie? Yeah, that's it. So this is my cart. This is my bag. Go team go.